You're watching Caribbean Vibrations TV, and we're here at the beautiful Crane Resort 2016 Barbados Food Rum Festival with Chef Craig Harding from Toronto. How are you doing today, sir?
I mean, look behind us. How could I not be good? I'm in Barbados. My team's here. We're preparing a wonderful meal, which is tomorrow night at the Crane. And our backdrop is this. It's spectacular.
Now, we were talking off camera before about the meal tomorrow that you're going to prepare at Crane Resort. You're collaborating with someone. What are you guys doing tomorrow?
Well, I'm collaborating with a chef at the Crane. We call him Chef Holly, but his name's Duane Hooligan. And we are doing a dinner that revolves around sort of the meeting of the two cultures, right? The Italian food that I kind of do back home, and obviously he's a Bajan chef and he does a lot of Bajan food here as well. So we're doing a cocktail reception to start. So we're gonna do a little bit of canapés, some are his, some are ours, and then we're gonna bust out some amberjack, so local fish. He knows the fishmonger that came, the fish came right from Oystins today. And we cured that lightly, and we're gonna serve it with a little bit of a Scotch bonnet pepper jelly and beautiful baby pumpkins in there, and some like fresh little herbs from the area. And then the main course is sort of it's a real fusion piece because it's campagnolo sort of gnocchi, but done with cassava. So we're using the local cassava to make it, and braised oxtail that Duane Hooligan didn't divulge his secret spice that he put in there, but I said, I want you to make this oxtail as if it was your grandmother making it. And he did it, and it's amazing. And he said, I got a few secrets in here, so hopefully by the end of it, he'll give it up. Because I would recreate this back home.
Yeah, he's keeping it a secret. And it's actually funny you talked about his grandmother, because we were talking before. Yeah. The love of a nana. That's you.
It's not just the way that my nonna cooked, but I think Italians as a whole, the way that they celebrate and have their traditions that all revolve around food. It revolves around the dinner table. You bring everybody together on a Sunday and you eat food that's cooked from scratch, made by hand. And maybe it might not be something your family makes, but maybe your uncle, your neighbor makes the salamis and the tomatoes and all that. And I just grew up eating such wonderful food that it's no surprise I just decided to get into cooking, because my first love is eating, let's be honest.
Mine too. Mine and drinking. Now, the one thing I have to ask is, what was it like? It's because last year's your first year, this is your second year, you knew what to expect. But still, what was it like last year?
I was nervous. I had never traveled and had to cook my food in another country. I had worked in other countries, but I was just prepping somebody else's dishes. But here I was trying to create something from a marketplace that I had no idea, with a list of fish and ingredients that most of them I'd never tried before. I had never been to the Caribbean until I came last year, so I didn't really know what to expect. So I was kind of nervous, and I was worried. I brought my pasta machine down here. I brought some vermouth and amaro, and I brought some ingredients with me that I wasn't sure what they would have, but it turns out they had the exact same pasta roller. So then this year I could kind of relax a little bit, I didn't have to worry so much. And I looked up the Crane, and I had some conversations with the chef ahead of time, and he just put me at ease. He said, don't worry, we're both rustic chefs. He's like, I got you, brother. And he just made me like relax. So I didn't really come down with any equipment this year, or with having that same worry. I was more relaxed.
Now, one of the things, again, I always talk about is because we're talking about difference of styles, Italian chef and the Caribbean. What is the similarity between Italian cuisine and Caribbean cuisine?
I think, it's funny because the Chef Holly and I were having this conversation, and it's sort of, the food that I like to eat, I tread the line between modern Italian and traditional, but a lot of what I do is traditional. And so that's kind of working with recipes that have been passed down from our grandparents, and Chef Holly's approach is the same thing. His favorite type of food is the food that he grew up with, and maybe he puts his little twist on it, but that's the evolution of it. You pass these recipes down, and this the style of cooking is simple. It's like cooking with local ingredients. It's not trying to overcomplicate things, and at the end of the day, it's just really simple, delicious food.
Why should our viewers come to Food and Rum Festival?
There's all kinds of events. I mean, if you guys have never considered coming down, you really, really should, because from Oystins last night, that fish fry, the music, the rum, that kind of carries over in tonight, where there's like a cocktail reception. There'll be more music. I know there'll be all four of the rum producers on the island will be pouring cocktails there. There'll be mixologists. And then you get options on Saturday where, you can do the whole polo thing. You could come to my dinner, which was called the Gourmet Safari. And then there's a Sunday, feet in the sand type of thing at the Hilton. It's just tons of food, tons of fun. The people are amazing. The weather, the setting, I don't know. I've given you like more than enough reasons. Just come down.
Now, is there anything else you'd like to tell our Caribbean Vibration viewers?
Oh man, you know, you're very lucky to have this environment in this island as part of your heritage. You know, whether you're from Barbados or elsewhere in the Caribbean, I mean, it's just such a beautiful place to be connected to. You know, I get to go back in Italy and see my family, and that's beautiful. And I feel the exact same way about this. You know, so don't forget about your heritage. Come down and visit often. Bring your kids and bring friends, because this needs to be shared with everybody, I think.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Thank you very much.
And you're watching Caribbean Vibrations TV.